Hi, it's Raquel again with Balloon Splendor. I have the number 2 here, and again it's based on Stephen Jones's video called Numerically Speaking. I'll have a link to it in the comments section. I do not recommend you try to build these without his video. There's some tips and tricks that he has in his video that are not obvious by looking at the template. I'll tell you that right now. I live and learn. Alright, so in the first video that I have with the number 1s, I didn't talk about coloring it in or anything like that. So we're going to address that a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and ungroup this. And so if you want to color it in, you can click on a balloon, you can hold your shift key down, you can click on whatever balloons you want, and you can go ahead and color them in. Alright, just like that. And if you want to do a different color, if you want to color the little balls in, the little connector balloons, you can do that too by selecting those, and you can color them in a completely different color. So, so what if you want to color in this middle part here? Okay, the design that I have as it is right now, if you were to trace it out with the, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these colors here. If you were to trace it out based on Pioneer's template for the quick link wall, you can't color these squares in. So what I've done with the videos that with the files that I'm uploading to Etsy is I'm going ahead and there's a little square behind each of these sections. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. Very tedious. I am lining it up to make sure it covers the that little weirdly shaped square there. Whoops, just put a letter in there. Okay. Paste. So the keyboard, the shortcuts that I'm using here is Control V for pasting. So if I were to select a shape, I can do a Control C for copy and then a Control V for paste. I think I covered that in a couple of my other videos. So instead of having to come up here and select the square every time, you can just copy and paste. So that's all I'm doing. And the other way to copy and paste, of course, is to right click, and then you can also paste that way, but then you have to move it anyway. So I just like to have one hand on the keyboard doing the commands and the other one working the mouse. I have found that to be a quick and efficient way to do it. Alright, so I got all my little squares in there. I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing, and I'm going to change them all to white. And oh, I forgot to send these all to the back. There was a slick way I had done it on the other ones. I'll show you how I do that with the second one here. So I think I can hit shift and select all of these at one time, because I'm all about doing things quickly, and I can send them all back. Look at that, pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and reselect that, and I'm going to regroup it, and I'm going to make sure my lock aspect ratio is clicked. That way if I need to resize it, it stays proportional. Because if I don't, here's one that I don't have it clicked. If I group it and then I go to change my sizes, it's going to do weird things, and I don't want to do that. So that's why we do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Now I have this all grouped. I'm going to go ahead and do my lock aspect ratio while I'm thinking about it. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the square again, and I'm going to draw it in again, like that. Control C and Control V for copying and pasting. And I'll see, so I don't have Pioneer's, Qualitex's full page quick link. I think they have an X weave and a cross weave wall. I don't have that completely digitized. It was tedious making these templates. I mean, they take, oh my gosh, it probably took me almost an hour to make each one. It was laborious. So maybe someday I will finish the wall out and make that available too, so then you can make your own designs. So again, we're making these squares so that you can go in and color the squares differently. Okay, so now I just selected the 2 in the background, and I'm going to pull the 2 forward. There we go, just like that. Okay, and since the squares are still blue, you can see how the inside balloon inside of the quick link block here can be a different color, and then you can go in and select the quick links themselves, and you can change that color to whatever you want. Alright, so that's how you do that. I'm going to go ahead and select it all and change everything back to white so I can get this uploaded and have this available to you at on Etsy. This is Raquel with Balloon Splendor.